From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 3rd, 2017. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and British Prime Minister Theresa May addressed the gala held last night in London, marking 100 years since the signing of the Balfour Declaration, which helped pave the way towards the establishment of the State of Israel. May spoke of the historic document signing on November the 2nd of 1917.
The idea of establishing a homeland for the Jewish people would have seemed a distant dream for many and been fiercely opposed by others. Yet it was at this very moment that Lord Balfour had the vision and the leadership to make this profound statement about restoring a persecuted people to a safe and secure homeland.
She also responded to the calls that have been heard from the Palestinians to rescind the document.
So when some people suggest we should apologize for this letter, I say absolutely not.
May also addressed rising anti-Semitism and the BDS movement, which seeks to delegitimize Israel.
Criticizing the actions of Israel is never and can never be an excuse for questioning Israel's right to exist, any more than criticizing the actions of Britain could be an excuse for questioning our right to exist.
Netanyahu thanked May for her support of Israel and called on the Palestinians to accept the Balfour Declaration, saying that will shorten the road to peace.
It's time for the Palestinians to end their quest to eliminate Israel. It's time for them not just to accept a Jewish national home. It's time for them to accept, finally, a Jewish state, a nation state for the Jewish people, because if they do, the conflict will be over in a minute.
And an event commemorating the Balfour Declaration in Florida last night had to be canceled because of a bomb threat. The event was to take place at the Jewish Museum of Florida in Miami Beach. The Miami Herald reported that 21-year-old Florida International University student Oscar Aguayo was taken into police custody after he threatened to, quote, raise havoc at the event, and a police dog reportedly identified possible explosives in Aguayo's car. Director of the American Jewish Committee's Miami office, Brian Siegel, said they hope to reschedule the event soon, saying we won't be intimidated by threats and will continue to stand for our principles and values. The program was co-sponsored by the AJC and by the museum and the university, as well as by the Consulate General of Israel and the British Consulate General. Israel today vowed to protect the Druze community in Syria after a deadly attack on a Druze village in the neighboring war-torn country. The village of Hadar sits just across Israel's border in Syrian territory. It was hit by a suicide attack today, after which a number of Druze living in Israel tried to reach family members in the village, breaking through the security fence into Syrian territory. But IDF forces brought them safely back into Israel. And the IDF has now sent more troops to the Golan and have ensured that they would help protect Hadar. And Prime Minister Netanyahu released a statement of support from London today. He said, we will safeguard our borders, our southern border and our northern border, and we recognize the amity we feel toward our brothers, the Druze. The Druze are an ethnic and religious community in Israel that serve in the IDF and live mostly in the northern part of the country. Hamas and Islamic Jihad today rejected conditions laid out by Israel in order to get aid from the International Red Cross. The terror groups want the Red Cross's help in retrieving the bodies of 5 terrorists they believe are buried under the rubble of the terror tunnel that the IDF destroyed earlier this week. Yesterday, as we reported to you, the IDF said it would not allow the Red Cross through into Gaza unless progress is made towards releasing the bodies of 2 slain IDF soldiers, Hadar Golden and Oron Shaul, being held by Hamas in Gaza since 2014. Top Hamas official Mahmoud al-Zahar said today that no details on the soldiers will be provided in exchange for continuing the search for our missing men. Information will only be provided in return for releasing prisoners incarcerated in Israeli jails. The hometown of renowned Jewish artist Marc Chagall welcomed its first synagogue opening in over a century. Ohel David was inaugurated in Vitebsk, Belarus, last month. It was built with municipal support and sits near the city's Chagall Museum. The majority of the Jews of Belarus were murdered during the Holocaust, and chairman of the Jewish community in Vitebsk, Leonid Tomchin, noted that at the beginning of the 20th century, the city had 64 synagogues, with more than half of its city's population being Jewish. Today, he said, there is only one, unfortunately, but even this synagogue can and will be a center of Jewish life. And looking now at our programming for tonight on JBS, for Friday, November the 3rd, live Shabbat services are coming up at 6 o'clock from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by a concert of Jewish youth choirs. At 8 tonight, it's episode 5 of the award-winning Israeli series A Touch Away, and at 9, it's the film The Pin, a love story in the shadow of the Holocaust. It's in Yiddish with English subtitles. And at 10:30, Israeli singer Yehuda Katz from the band Reva Lesheva is featured on Muzika. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 5:30, Rabbi Shlomo Riskin looks at this week's Torah portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 3rd, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.